I'm going to show you how you can instantly improve your clarinet sound with this one simple exercise. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? My name is Gregory Agid. Welcome back to another lesson video. I'm so glad that you're here with me. And today, I think my goal is to create a video with as little edits as possible. And of course, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to film the talking section, and then I'm going to try and splice in the playing. So there are going to be a couple edits, but I'm going to try and do the talking without editing as much as I have in the past. Oh my God, in the past, I would have edited that out. Oh, if y'all were to ever see some of these edits that I make, I mean, it is like, I chop myself up to make me sound very articulate and smart. But today, it's just going to be what it is. Before we get this video started, I wanted to, first of all, thank everyone who's joined my brand new online course. Yes, that's right. I have released my first ever online course. And if you are interested in partaking in the course, you can check out the course at jazzclarinetacademy.com. The course is titled Improvisation 101, the 12-bar blues. And in this course, it's going to teach you all the fundamentals that you're going to need to know about improvisation and how to play a 12-bar blues. It's a 30 video course. All of the videos are pre-recorded, so you can watch the videos at your leisure. You can watch all of them in one sitting. You can just watch one a year if you want, but you can take the course at your own pace. The course comes with play-along videos. It comes with examples of me playing the exercises, sheet music, everything that you're going to need to know to begin your improvisational process. This video course is perfect for anyone who's ever dreamed of improvising. Everything is pitched in B flat. So if you play clarinet, tenor sax, trumpet, all the music is going to make sense to you. I'm teaching y'all everything that I was taught as a young musician, and this is going to serve as a great foundation for your improvisational journey. And of course, all of the things that we talk about in this course are going to be applicable to other tunes and more complicated concepts as we begin to build upon that. If you're interested in taking the course, jazzclarinetacademy.com, and I hope to see you in my course. I'm going to show you how to instantly get a better clarinet tone. All right, y'all. Spoiler alert. There is no quick fix secret to instantly improving your clarinet tone. Unfortunately, in this YouTube hustle, we need to create titles and attention-grabbing type things. And so that's how we end up with instantly improve your clarinet tone in 3 seconds, or open up this book and read the headline and you'll instantly be 110% better. But the real secret is improvement in any facet of life is a process, and it's going to take time. You're going to have to show up with some type of consistency and working towards a goal. And I promise you, if you are working towards that goal with consistency and some type of intention, you are going to improve. The first step in developing tone is actually developing our own mental construct of what is possible tone-wise, right? We're developing our mind's internal ear. Our mind's internal ear is so important because it is the scope of possibility. And the way we develop that is by listening to other sounds. We listen to sounds, and then we can use our imagination to mix and match all of these things that we're feeding into our soul, and that's going to create our own unique sound. You have to listen to music. You got to listen to great sounds, clarinet sounds, trumpet sounds, saxophone sounds, sounds in nature. All of these things are our tonal possibility. The reason why we need to feed our souls and our mind all these soulful sounds is that we need to know what's possible. And if we hear a great sound, we can know that sound is achievable, and then we can move in that direction. The first step in developing tone is, first of all, knowing what's possible, then putting all of those possibilities inside of us, and then using our imagination to mix and match all of these possibilities to create our own unique voice. Step 2 in this process is training our physical body to create that sound that we hear in our mind's internal ear. And how do we bring that sound into the real world? There are a variety of exercises that we can implement to help develop that tone and train our bodies to create that sound. Y'all, nobody was born playing the clarinet. Nobody was born being able to create a steady airflow through this wind instrument. And those are techniques that we need to train ourselves on how to do. And that takes time, right? Again, there's not going to be a quick fix because all of these things are going to take time. The way we train our bodies to create sound, very often those exercises are called long tone exercises. Y'all, there are a million different ways to play long tones. And not to say that any one particular exercise is better than the other, but it's important to practice tone in a variety of ways because you never know what the performance is going to call for. So ultimately, you want to be prepared for whatever is going to happen in the musical moment. And when you practice in a variety of ways, you are kind of creating yourself to be a more well-rounded and prepared musician. As an instrumentalist, it's important for us to learn how to play with a full sound. And when I use the term full, I don't necessarily mean loud. And I feel like the terms loud and full are oftentimes confused. I will say that discovering what full feels like is probably easiest done when you're playing loud, but you can play loud with a thin sound. You can also play very soft with a full sound. So ultimately, we want to learn how to play with a full sound. Over the years, I've become very fond of this particular long tone exercise. Now, y'all, forgive me, I don't really have a good name for this long tone exercise, but maybe we'll call it like the point of origin or zero horizon. I don't know what it is. The long tone exercise is simply we are going to blow air through our clarinet. And we're going to have our embouchure set, and we're just going to blow air through the instrument. And we're not going to vibrate the reed. So that's going to sound something like when we're just blowing air through the instrument. At some point, with the control of your embouchure and the support of your air, there's going to be a moment where the reed begins to vibrate. And you can literally create a tone from nothing. And that's why I call it like the point of origin. It's the origin of the sound being created on the instrument. Now, this is a tricky thing to gain control of because it's very easy to blow air through the horn and then or something like that. And so if we can gain control of that point of origin, right where the reed begins to vibrate, we can finesse that control through all different dynamic levels and ultimately learn how to create a full sound at a very, very, very soft dynamic level. And what's crazy is that when I practice this exercise in hotel rooms or even in my apartment late at night, it actually like fills the entire room with sound, even though I'm playing super, super, super quiet. It's a great exercise. The point of origin, the point of inception, the first horizon. I don't know. Just if you got a better name for it, please drop it in the comments. The first thing that I would suggest that you do is gain control of where the reed begins to vibrate. And this might take you a while to practice. What we really want to do is have the air blowing through the instrument, and all of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere, the tone begins being produced. And the reed is going to be vibrating ever so slightly. Spend some time finding where the reed begins to vibrate on the instrument, blowing air through the clarinet, and then creating the ever so slightest soft tone and vibration with your reed. Practice this exercise throughout the range of the clarinet. Every note that you play is going to have a different response. A low E is going to respond very differently than a high C. A low C is going to respond very differently than a high E. Each one of these notes is going to have a completely different characteristic. So you literally need to go to every note and say, "Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. How do I get you to come out?" Something like that, right? You're going to have to spend time with every single note. It's going to take time. Every note has a different personality, and you need to introduce yourself to the note. The note is going to introduce themselves to you, and you all got to get to know each other. Once you can create the tone from nothing, then you want to begin practicing sustaining that note. And I like to imagine a sound wave, and you want to try and create a flat, even sound wave. You don't want the sound to fluctuate up, down, left, right, all kinds of stuff. And your tone is going to fluctuate up and down if your airflow changes. Your tone is going to fluctuate if there's any type of movement in your embouchure. And sometimes it's one or the other, sometimes it's both. So you want to try and create a very even and controlled sound. My jaw is super shaky right now. And part of the joy of practicing is that some days are going to be better than others. So today, I got a little bit of a shaky jaw. And the first step is to gain awareness of that and then just learn how to control it. Awareness, then control. And if it doesn't happen today, I'll come back tomorrow and work on it again. Once you can create a sustained note at the quietest possible dynamic level, then you can begin moving your fingers. You can play scales. You can play short little melodies, phrases, licks, something like the Clark studies. Remember that depending where you are in the range of the clarinet, the notes are going to respond very differently. Ah. The point of this exercise is to help give us control of our tone production. And it's also meant to help us learn how to play with a full sound at a soft dynamic level. And y'all, this is a great way to practice late at night. This is a great way to practice without annoying your family members or your neighbors or something like that. You can practice almost anywhere at this dynamic level, and for the most part, people are going to be cool with it. When you begin to play louder, you're going to have a very, very, very controlled and resonant sound. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. Have fun practicing as quietly as possible. If you're interested in learning how to improvise and learning how to take your first solo, please consider taking my Improv 101, the 12-bar blues course. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, go to my website, buy a PDF, enroll in the course, or you can show me some love in another way. I appreciate y'all very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.